Hello everyone and welcome to the indie scene. My name is H.J. Tenchi and today we'll be taking a first look at Paper Sorcerer by Ultra Runaway. Paper Sorcerer is an old school first person RPG with turn-based combat. You and your summoned thralls explore and loot your way through a prison dimension where you have been captured by the good guys along with many evil beings from your world. I'm not quite sure if you're actually evil, but an unknown entity helps you break free of your cell nonetheless, and it is up to you and your magical powers to break free of the actual prison dimension and get back to your world. So, cell, break out of, but prison dimension, not quite out of yet. Anyways, although the game is already released on ultrarunaway.com for only $5, please also upvote them on Steam Greenlight if you like what you see in the links below. That'll allow you on average to get a Steam, like if you purchase it on ultrarunaway.com, you almost, 99% of the time the developer also gives you the Steam code when it comes out too, and sometimes if you early adopt you get other stuff. So I mean, it's for $5 you're getting, oh man, you're getting so much out of this. And in typical my style, we're going the hardest difficulty. Now I have played this on stream and actually everybody was having a lot of fun with it too. Let me go through this. So once there was a sorcerer who lived in a tower with an apprentice. Oh, I should have just read this, then I would have known. Sorcerer terrorized the land with evil minions until one day they roamed no more. Okay. At night, however, light could still be seen burning in the windows of the dark tower. Well, that explains the alignment. The king saw this was his chance to attack the sorcerer directly. He gathered 4 loyal and highly skilled subjects and trusted them with a powerful artifact. Book. An artifact that would seal away the sorcerer, ending his reign of terror once and for all. Oh, come on. You guys are throwing around the words terror and evil too liberally. On the way, the group traversed dark caves, poisonous marshes, and ancient ruins. They climbed the dark tower, floor by floor, beset by evil minions at every step. Oh, that's barely being beset. That's being tickled. They're so whiny. Once they reached the top, they confronted the sorcerer and activated the artifact. Oh, in a blinding flash of light, sorcerer and minions were all sealed away. Dude, they used the Bible. That's bullshit. You can't use the Bible on mom and call that so. Wait, wrong game. However, that is just the beginning of our tale. Exactly. And we will move on. Normally I don't always like saying too much of the story, but honestly, the story is actually in the game itself. So you awaken with the start, reflexively trying to cast a spell that dies in your throat when you see your surroundings. The last thing you remember was fighting for the king's lapdogs. I keep calling him Banana the Warrior, although I would say Banan probably. I call him Ricker, or Rickerish. I don't know how to say his name either. The Ranger, Akimi the Mage, and Yaren the Priest. They had a book that glowed with a fearsome light. You're not the type to be easily scared, but as you looked into the light, you felt truly terrified, like you never have before. But you have all of your arms, legs, fingers, and senses intact, so things could always be worse, right? So we check ourselves, and we find out that, yes, we are a man, which is a good thing. I think, right? Yep, man. Okay, the first thing you should do is find out where you are. So we can use this to look around, our mouse, and WSAD to move. And we can also use spacebar to advance some stuff. In the top right, like search, which just popped up, means that we can search the room, so I'll press spacebar. You feel some kind of subtle force in this room. It makes it difficult to concentrate, and your head feels all fuzzy. You can slowly feel your magic seeping away, along with your will to stand, escape, or do anything that doesn't involve lying down. Whatever kind of magic this is truly insidious. You feel yourself nodding off already. You should probably lie down before you hurt yourself. It's kind of a nice hint by the game. But we're going to, of course, go up to the bars. The bars are cold to the touch. No matter how much you push and pull, they refuse to move even a fraction of an inch. In fact, they won't even give you the courtesy of making a rattling sound. It's this thought that makes you realize that the room is completely silent. There are no ambient noises or sounds of people chatting. Just cold silence. Now, this game, if you can't tell, has a sense of humor. It's not spastic, but it's a good sense of humor. Also, what I want to do is, I have nothing else better to do, so I'm going to go to sleep. Okay, we feel that we're slipping into a deep sleep. Right before you begin to slumber, though, you have a distinct impression you're being watched. You have a dream where you're talking with some friends you had when you were younger, but in the room you're talking in is unfamiliar, with plain stone walls and a table with several bags on it. When you open the bag in the center, a snake jumps out and slithers out of the room. When you awaken, there's a mouse sitting on the end of your bed, staring at you. You're an interesting one. A sorcerer. That's some dark magic. Binding souls and calling them when needed. That can be a dangerous power. Dangerous, but useful. Well, I'd probably kick him, but we're gonna have to say, what do you want? I've been waiting for someone like you. I would like to escape, and I think you can help me. Right now you have been sealed inside a prison of sorts.
The king has been trapping threats to the kingdom here for decades. I think I know a way to escape, but I can't do it alone, and a sorcerer like you is just what I need. If you would be willing to help me, I would be able to ensure we both get out.
Well, I don't know how much I trust a talking mouse.
Very well. Feel free to rot in here. This is your last chance. I won't be back. Will you help me?
Yeah, fine. Jeez. Tough bargain. For such a cute little thing, he's kind of an ass.
Excellent. The first thing you need to do is get out of this cell block. Suddenly, a burst of intense magic energy fills the room, and it sounds like the mouse is narrating it.
The present force was draining your magic is gone, as is the mouse. Your whispery voice in your mind.
I will find you again soon.
Alright, Creeper Mouse. Well, he got us out of here, so I guess I can't complain too much. And I won't go through too much of the story, because as always, I want you guys to see it for yourself. But we do feel that some of our power is returning. We can summon one of our thralls to aid us in combat. So here are all the different character classes, if you will, that we can summon. You can put your character and your team together however you like. Different animals, different classes or creations or thralls will do different things. So you'll have skeletons that can taunt people, add extra defense to themselves. Vampires have great swords, which are really good for dealing damage. They can steal blood from people. They can sacrifice their own blood to heal people. So they kind of are, like it says, a life-draining healer, but I would say a little more offensively minded. Whereas the cultist would be more defensive. The witch is the most powerful for healing, but not as durable. And then I think someone else could heal too. Maybe not. I think maybe the ghost or something. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, the werewolf is like an unarmed attacker. The abomination and the shadow are pretty cool because they have kind of buffs. This one has kind of like a crazy magic thing that he does. It can be really strong hits or really weak hits. It's kind of unpredictable, as it says. Nonetheless, I'm going to go with my Minotaur because I'm a big fan of him. The Minotaur, a savage berserker, uses brute force to cause severe damage to the enemy ranks. The Minotaur is among the most damaging characters available, thanks to powerful axes and the fastest strength growth in the game. Additionally, while he can only wear light armor, he boasts some of the highest HP growth as well. So some example skills are going to be the Wild Swing, which causes melee damage to all enemies, and a Rending Strike, which does severe damage to one enemy's defense. Defense will come in handy in just a little bit when we start doing combat. Also tells us what we can equip, and just like original D&D or Dungeons and Dragons or any type of tabletop for that matter, this is important. The weapon they use has it's what they're going to do damage wise. So we're going to summon him, and we're going to walk on out, and as soon as we pass through the doorway, a single guard barreling down the hallway towards you. There is one. Hey, how'd you get out of your cell? Let's hail the guard. In the nicest tone possible, you call out to him. The door just kind of opened by itself. In response, the guard brandishes his mace and continues his charge. You can tell by the look on his face, he's the kind of man who's got something to prove. Combat is turn-based. As you can see right here, right-click will go back. Spacebar can be used to quickly select basic attacks. God, I need to read more. I didn't know that. Energy is also used when performing skills and regenerates at a rate 1 per round. Energy not used in combat can be used outside of battle for healing skills and the like. This will be similar to other games that we've recently reviewed as well. Small dice in the corner shows how long that skill takes to recharge. And to see the messages again, go to the info section. Alright, cool. Alright, so we have our Sorcerer, and we have our Minotaur. As you can see by now, paper Sorcerer. Everything looks like it's made out of paper, which, although I don't harp on graphics a whole hell of a lot, I think it's awesome. It's really, really charming, and I like it. I like it a lot. So we can do our regular attack, or I can right-click and back. What I would do normally is, let's use a skill since we are on 1980s mode. Let's deal some extra damage, so it's going to take 3 turns to regenerate, and it's going to take 4 of our energy. And if you go back here, you'll see that we have 4 energy max. So after that, I would have to use these basic attacks like I just clicked there. So let's use our Brutal Strike. And we're going to choose the Guard. And let's do an Arcane Bolt. Why not? Guard as well. Ooh, okay. So we had 7 hit points down and 4 defense. And what I'll tell you about that... Ooh, let's do good damage. Beam him! So what they'll tell later on, nice, is defense. Think of defense almost as if it's like a shield. So if you have defense first, it's going to take away a good chunk of the damage from your defense first, then do damage. So as you can see right here, oh, he didn't attack him. So like if he did less than 2 damage, it would just go into defense and it wouldn't hurt his actual hit points. These will also recharge after the every new battle. You can also get new items that will increase that too. So there is a possibility of it doing more, a little bit of damage on your hit points and defense, even though you have defense a little bit left, I believe. It's not a full shield. It'll explain it in a little bit, and I'm buggering it up probably, but it's a really cool little idea. So I'm just hitting spacebar right here just to do basic attacks. Spacebar again to decide who. So see, look, we had 4 defense there and then 5 hit points because he destroyed all our defense. It's now going to be straight hit points. So right there, see, we're doing defense. My damage wasn't enough to get through his defense, so it didn't actually damage him himself. And, ooh, Jesus. Oh, man. Okay, there's a big difficulty upgrade from 1980s to hard. Okay, I am kind of getting my ass kicked here. I probably should have not been so bad at games. You know what? Let's bull rush him. Not probably the best thing. Luckily, he attacked the Minotaur, but this will give you kind of an idea of some of the different abilities. We should be able to kill him on this round, I think. There we go. That was way too close. So we've gained 5 gems, 3 wooden coins, and 200 experience. Gems are going to be kind of like experience in the game. The one thing about hard mode and 1980s is when your character dies, well, there's only a couple ways of getting him back. So you got to kind of watch out for that. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to heal on that. That sucks. So the door is sealed and won't open. You feel the sickling feeling of some inhuman intelligence trying to probe your mind. Over here, we hear a series of unintelligible screams. Alright, that seems pretty normal. How about this one? Sound of loud snoring. Alright. How about this one? Presence from the other side of the door is so powerful you start to get a headache. Cthulhu. Barking sound. Sure, it's not human. I just like reading these because I thought it kind of alludes to other things. You hear no other sounds. Same with this one, yeah. No sounds come from the inside. So how about we go this way? Now, the one thing is, combat right there was kind of random. It normally won't be like that. It'll either be a scripted something happens, or it'll be later on these little, like, smoke clouds. So, luckily, someone's left a gigantic armory in a chest. So what we can do with that is, well, not be bad anymore. So let's equip some stuff. Our Sorcerer can only equip certain things, but as you can see right here, he still does have a good choice of stuff. Let's equip the Junk Longsword. It's 1 to 8 damage, so once again, similar to a D&D or a tabletop game, you're going to have that kind of min and max, which, you, depending on how you want to play it, can make a big difference. Also, our first armor piece is going to increase our defense, which is something we really need. Also, the Minotaur. I'm a big fan of the Minotaur because, watch this. 1 to 17. Not too freaking bad, if I do say so myself. So I'm real happy about that. I don't know what wooden coins do yet. I've only played like maybe an hour and a half into the game. The game is a little bit slower paced, but gosh darn it, is it fun. Alright, so we can examine it. We can use an item, try and open, but we don't have the item yet. So let's go over here. And, search. The bed in the room is unusually small. Okay. So let's loot some stuff. We found a broom. Alright. And a mop. Alright. And a plain key. Wonder if we can use that somewhere. Inside the cabinet is a book called The Peaceful Path. Learn you put banditry behind you. Do we want to take it? Yes, of course. As with every game in this, well, adventures, RPGs, video games in general, you steal everything. And we've decided to steal the book about learning not to steal. Huh. Alright, you notice that this bed is particularly tiny, so we can do different things with it. This kind of reminds me of like the old Goonies game. Like when you go into the room, it has like, alright, what do you want to do in here? But luckily, it's not as mind-numbingly annoying. Love Goonies, but man, that game could kick your ass if you didn't know what was going on. So let's examine this. The bed itself has been so tightly made that you could bounce a button off it. However, underneath the bed, you find a small dusty box. Inside is a small wooden idol carved to resemble a rotund female goblin. Sure, we can take that. You never know what might come in handy. Sure. Open it. With great trepidation, you pull the covers back to reveal, nothing. Except for the smell that reminds you of freshly cut grass. It's quite pleasant. Alright, well, okay. On we go. So, that, of course, won't have anything to do with anything, I'm sure, right? Right? Maybe not. So we did find a key, so let's use an item. Plain key. Nice. The click is quite satisfying. The lock is now open. Alrighty. What do we do with that? We get restoration crystals. Yes! Restoration crystals are very important items. In hard and 1980s difficulty, aside from a few high-level skills, restoration crystals are the only way to revive dead characters. They restore HP as well and resurrect the dead, so you should always make sure you have a couple on hand. So later on, I'm assuming you can just find them. I don't think there is a shop. A pair of guards are standing around murmuring. As soon as you enter, they turn to face you. The shocked look on their face is absolutely priceless. However, they quickly regain their composure and rush into attack. Other than HP and energy, there's one other thing that you need to keep track in mind. So once again here, defense is a character's defense. It's subtracted from any damage inflicted. For example, if a guard attacks you for 10 damage and you have 4 defense, 10 damage minus 4 defense equals 6 points, subtracted from your HP. It goes down with each hit, but is restored after battle. If an attack causes 0 damage, it's because the target's defense is higher than the damage caused. So it can increase through armor and certain skills. So as you kind of said, it's kind of like a shield, but it's like a damage mitigation, but it does go away too in the same extent. The problem I have here is that I am a bonehead and I didn't. Oh god, I'm gonna get rocked. I'm so screwed. 1980s mode. Why are you difficult? Ooh, don't die! Don't die! That extra defense is partly why he's alive still. Not the only reason, but ooh, 16 hit points! Bam-a-llama! Rest in peace, everybody's ears that have headphones, but this be scurry. 4 hit points. Okay, maybe it's time just to attack. Alright, come on. Nope, nope! Sorcerer, don't die! You jerks. Alright, boom. So not nearly as good a damage as I was hoping, but our Minotaur should be able to ward off this oncoming damage. The difference in difficulty between 1980s and hard is actually quite a bit. I was never in a possibility of dying, and now I died. So the nice thing is, from what I can tell, is you do still level even though you get, even though you're damaged. And as you can see here, I gain actually quite a bit of hit points, so it should be pretty good. We've gained a new skill called Focus, which increases magic for 1 turn and generates energy. It's on level 1. So instead, if you don't feel like doing anything, you can do that instead. Alright, so let's use an item, Restoration Crystal, already right off the bat. That's not a good sign. Nice thing is, though, if we can make it up here a little bit more, we'll actually get some heals. Okay, so we've cleared block 1, level 1. Woot woot. They are broken up into little kind of areas like this. Also, we feel some more of our power returning, meaning we can heal. Well, by getting these guys, I can heal. So I got the vampire last time, which is really good. But I feel this time I might need a little bit of extra oomph. So this guy's a solid defender, and can be useful pretty much in any party, as they're saying. He has a divine power which raises the strength of a party. Also, defensive strike, which attacks the enemy and restores some of your own defense, which is really cool. You know what? Sure. I do like the vampire a lot, but his healing's kind of minimal at best. Alright, so the cultist has now been summoned. You get people really quick. They get you up to about 4 party members total. I think pretty darn quick. So there we go. We have enough stuff to get everybody situated. Everybody's all healed. Good, good, good. Alright, you come across a hunched over old goblin sweeping the hallway. As you approach, he turns around, his eyes slowly widen, till they're the size of saucers. He looks around to make sure no one is around and quickly hobbles up to you.
What are you doing here? How did you get out of your cell?
Well, a strange mouse helped me. He squints at you.
A mouse?
Thinks for a moment before suddenly letting out a gasp.
Gasp! The spirit of the book!
The who of the what? A furtive glance over his shoulders, he leans in closer.
Right now you are a magical artifact of great power, the Librum Claustrum.
And he goes to tell you about that it's a book that imprisons evil and maintains peace in the realm, thus, because you're, well, there, calls you evil, calls himself evil, but he's, used to be a bandit, and, well, you know, he got free. And because he said he would not be stealing anymore, hint, hint, does that sound familiar? They allowed him to kind of be the janitor. So when an inmate escapes, the guards hunt them down. They relish the excitement, as he says. We talk about the spirit of the book. The goblin seems to think the spirit of the book is a spirit that's also escaped earlier on. The gems are little currency. Pretty much, if you look into the gem, we will not, I'll let you guys do that. You see the outside world. So as you can see, being in a prison dimension in your own cell, never get to do anything, seeing the outside world is pretty good. Let's see. So he sees a wooden idol that you're carrying. He's all, hey, that's mine. How'd you get that? Oh, well, I found it while I was ransacking someone's room, obviously.
That was my room. Do you just go around stealing anything not nailed down?
Well, of course, every chance I get.
You scoundrel!
He grins.
You remind me of myself when I was younger. On the bottom is a hidden latch. Inside is something I was saving, but you could probably use it more than me.
Inside that, we find a scroll of the owl.
As I was saying, there is a safe place.
He turns around abruptly at the sound of two men talking in a room down the hall.
There isn't much time.
He hands you a red feather. There's a safe place where others like you are hiding. If you continue through the cell block, you'll eventually come across a dark pit. Okay, so pretty much he's saying there's a safe place. And if we jump into it, this feather will ensure that we wind up at the sanctuary. All right, so good luck. Also, watch out for the knight. He's a badass. And although we won't see the knight in this, he's a badass. So pretty much what that tooltip said is, although you see the smokes there, although the game's not random battles, there are certain battles that you will have to go to. There will be battling that you have to do. Fighting in this game is something that you should do, especially on the harder difficulties, because you see how much damage the guys can do. So I really recommend it. Okay, so we have a heal, a weak but reliable heal. Increase party strength, increase magic for 1 turn, and generate. Okay, so that's just like, you know, kind of defend and heal up your energy and stuff, and defense. All right, so let's attack the Minotaur. Let's do, you know what? Actually, I want a bull rush. I've never used the bull rush before. And you, let's black bolt. You can't click the actual people, which would be kind of fun, but it's not big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. You can actually use the arrow keys and enter and or spacebar to kind of find shortcuts too. You know, in the menu, it's a little bit faster than clicking, I think, sometimes. All right. Oh wow, that did absolutely nothing. Okay, so we're not using that anymore. Not with that strength modifier. And you know what? The nice thing about the Sorcerer is a lot of his attacks and other magic spells go through defense. So as you saw right there, it just went through his defense, which is, well, really freaking useful. But damn it, the Brutal Strike is 4 energy. Alright, so let's go. Everybody. You know what? Actually, Cultist, let's play on the safe side. Let's get a heal in. I'm actually kind of interested to see how good his heal is. Boom! That was a relatively modest attack. Let's see. Ooh, wow. Okay, yeah, attack the Minotaur. He's fun. Wow. See, that's gonna be, some could say, the min-max or the random number generator. Ooh, 21 hit points. That's, I don't know if that was max or if that was just, you know, I'm assuming that wasn't max. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm gonna let the Minotaur Brutal Strike the guard on the right. Kind of spread out some of the damage, because that might be able to kill him. Oh god, no. No, that didn't. Alright, well that's really depressing. Really glad I went with the Cultist. I think the Cultist is the right way to go for... I need some types of good heals for this difficulty, it would seem. Alright, so let's just do... I'm just mashing spacebar. We'll get our basic attacks in. Plus, he does have decent damage. And depending on his HP growth, which is actually probably pretty decent. Good, decent. He might actually be able to withstand quite a bit. So the Minotaur has gained a wild swing, hits all your foes for level of a level 1. So I'm assuming you do upgrade these skills. Max defense goes up, hit points, good stuff. Cultist goes up, causes extra divine damage. Ooh, that's pretty nice too. And the nice thing about this game too is there is loot upon loot upon loot. So you can see we're just looting gems, more gems, lesser healing pots, which are really useful. More gems. I still haven't quite figured out what gems are used for. Like, I haven't come across that in the first hour and a half or so of the game. But I'm willing to bet it's pretty gosh darn useful. You know what? I want to smite. I should heal, but I'm going to smite instead. You know what? I'm just going to attack with the Sorcerer. And we'll attack with you too. Okay. So let's see if we can take out one of the scouts. The nice thing is, once again, the defense... oh, God. Having your defense regenerate means if you do find good, if you do find good armor, you can actually survive better and better. Wow, this difficulty is definitely harder. All right, you know what? We're blasting you. So the proper management of your energy and skills, because there are cooldowns too to think about, makes a big difference in this game. Also having a little bit of luck, you know, if you hit kind of the top edge of your weapon damage, then you're going to be able to get through the game a little bit easier. Let's see how much this is. Yeah, 21's not bad. 21's not bad at all. The other thing, you know what, I'm going to do that. The other thing that's nice is that it's only one turn, so I can keep healing myself, which I think I'll keep doing. This makes the game inevitably much, much easier. If you pick like a... Ooh, nice. Evaded. I've never seen that. So he evaded without taking damage to his defense. That's cool. Still took hit point damage, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. 32 hit points. I wonder if it's also a min and max range, if there's a range based on it. So let's do that. Let's just attack. And our Sorcerer, we can Black Bolt with him too. All right. Boom! Come on, big money. Come on, Cultist. Do something. See, look. Minotaur. What the hell? Minobro. Broatar. Something like that. What's up, man? Alright, so let's do this. The nice thing is, too, because we have some energy left over, we can actually heal outside of battle, too. I don't know if later on you can actually move your teammates in and out. It's very iffy, because there are so many classes. That would be really nice. Like, in kind of a Pokemon way, you could bring out certain people for a time, and then it's like, okay, we're coming up to a boss. I'm going to get out someone that kind of buffs or debuffs a little bit more than someone that might just do basic attacks. Once again, I haven't played enough to know if that's a possibility or not, but you never know. Also, we've picked up some good stuff. We've gained a new level. This actually, the freezes targets, reducing their agility is actually a pretty good spell. Also, the Cultist restores defense for the whole... Oh, wow. Wow, dude, this Cultist is amazing! Also, we were able to pick up certain things like accessories, so like this leather helmet, which gives us additional 6 defense, and we can also get wind runes or other runes, and these allow us to increase our stats a little bit. So there's ones that'll increase like strength, agility, etc., etc. But that's already making him much, much more powerful. I don't think there's really a whole lot of level grinding. There's attacking everything on the screen, but I don't think they regenerate. I forget now. Gosh, it's been a few... Oh, wow, leather cape. I don't remember getting that. So I don't know if that is. I wish I would have remembered, because that's kind of important for those of us that kind of min-max a little bit. But once again, if the game does look too hard as well, it's because I have it on literally the hardest difficulty. But once I've gotten the Cultist in hand, we're good. We have potions, we have more defensive abilities, we're gaining levels. I mean, it's a really fun game. I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't like it, as I do with all my games here, and I really think that this is one of those that I think you should check out. It's $5. That's it. It's only $5. You get a lot of game for $5. Shoot, if you want to see more of it, come on to my stream, and I'll definitely be playing this. But if you yourself are interested in supporting Paper Sorcerer and Ultra Runaway, please check out the information in the video description below. Please also find them on Steam Greenlight and give them a vote. As always, it's really, really important. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day. Ooh, who do we want? Let's get the Shadow. Alright, so Shadow's magic to blast your foes. Does stuff, can equip 2 accessories. Cool, cool. Kind of passed by that a little bit because I wanted to show you this. Look at all that! Look at all that! $5, guys. Only $5. UltraRunaway.com. Have a good one.